A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this collective reading. This is a very interesting reading because this is kind of mirroring happening in opposite polarity, and it's also the fact that the timeline is very interesting. So one person is actually going through an explanation at one point in the timeline, and later on in some other space or some other timeline point they feel it in a very different way, like in a very high vibrational way, the same thing that was once low vibrational. So first of all, I do sense a cheating scandal over here. I do sense different energies. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the energy of the person, the main person out here, and that is you. Yes, you. So let's see what is your energy. First of all, you are pretty much in shock. You are shocked because you never expected someone who was so close to you, or someone you expected to be a different person, is actually showing you a completely different face of them. Okay. So you are shocked, and you are a person who's very innocent. You trust everyone. You actually see the world as how you are. So if you don't break anyone's heart, if you don't break anyone's trust, you believe that every other person is also going to be like that only. You are here to do your thing, but you fit the big picture, which means that you have the type of energy like you are simply sent to the planet to be yourself, to do your own thing, to go through most honest, authentic information and emotions. You're always special and different one in your family. You don't let people take away your power, but of course in this case you do feel very sad and hopeless, especially after you find out about the truth. You have a lot of empathy and compassion. So whosoever it is, you're actually listening into them, like you're not judging them, even though they have cheated on you or they have lied to you. They are probably talking to you about their addiction pattern, and I'm actually being shown sex addiction in this case. And there is of course a genuinity in the other person too, but let me just speak about you first. And maybe this is not happening to you right now, but it could have happened to you in the past, or you relate with this channeling, you relate with this session a lot because you understand what's happening over here. And even the resonance matters because that shows that you have actually leveled up. You have leveled up a lot. You have changed a lot. You have huge amount of empathy, compassion, and you are always motivated to help souls get out of their pain. And maybe it's because of this reason, because of your empathetic nature and because you're always wanting to help people out, you have attracted someone here who is actually putting you through this situation, putting you through this pain, which like is really hurting you. But this thing, this whole situation also happened so that you come into your frequency code. Like you are obviously in the earth, which is split into 4D, 5D, so you're not in 3D, and you are very well aware about the process of awakening. You are very well in tune with it. You understand that whatever was predicted many years ago by the seers, the saints, the watchers, about how earth is going to shift, how earth is going to change, and those who are not going by the prediction, or simply they get the downloads or they get the information somehow that the cycle, the yuga cycle is changing. And whenever that happens, believe it or not, the devil becomes more apparent in the face. Like if you look at so many of these events, also the Grammy, there was a satanic tribute in the Grammy, and famous celebrities are constantly performing big rituals on the stage, which is kind of shocking because they never used to do so. So the devil is actually trying to be in the face of people so that it can make people sin. And as many people are going to sin, that many people are going to hell with the devil, and that's what the devil wants. And you are trying to actually save the ones you love so much. You want to save them from the devil. You want to save them from doing something wrong. So imagine you're in love with a person who's an addict. It's not easy. Or maybe in your past you were in love with a person who was a sex addict, or who was a drug addict, or who had some kind of very bad addiction. So they were coming clean to you when they had to accept it, like there was a genuine apology and genuine pain, because they were not emotionally connected to anyone, but it was just an addiction for them. So you actually see yourself, your own self, split into two: the person who is in love with the one who's cheating you, so you see the pain of that person, and you also see the healer in you. You also see the empath in you, who can actually rise above the situation and see why this is happening to you. Now, this energy could actually happen in your life or appear in your life in a phase or in a cycle, or it could be an ongoing thing, an ongoing phase. So just remember that sooner or later, every person is going to die one day. And they have to reap the karma of their actions, whatever they did on planet Earth. But whenever we talk about forgiveness, Mother Earth or nature never forgives. Nature doesn't know how to forgive. Actually, the second name of nature is karma. Sometimes I feel that very strongly. The actual name of nature should be karma, because karma is very accurate. So this person who's hurting you right now, they may be sorry or whatever, but they will get their karma too. And when I say everyone has to die one day, actually with the seeker, with the person who's on ascension journey, they die many deaths in one life itself. Okay, so there are many versions of you that you yourself have come in contact with, and it's eventually meant to lead you to the highest version of you. So what I see very strongly here is a person who has cheated on you, and when they get caught, they actually come up with things like, I wasn't doing it. There's a very famous song by Shaggy which says, "It wasn't me." So even in this song, you can see two voices. So there is one person who's saying, "But she caught me on the counter," and the other one says, "It wasn't me." So "it wasn't me" is the person who is actually denying all the claims, but she caught you on the counter. She saw you on the sofa. She saw everything, like she knows it. She saw the marks on my shoulder. So that's the line. She saw the marks on my shoulder. It wasn't me. Heard the words that I told her. It wasn't me. Heard the scream get louder. It wasn't me. And she stayed until it was over. So, guys, I'm bad at singing this song, but this song was given to me in the channeling for a very specific reason, only for a little part of it, like this part, where a person, the addict, is lying on the face, like there are proofs, there are, like, maybe there is some video, or maybe the karmic communication happened, maybe the karmic said yes, this happened. Like in this song, the person sees it and she catches hold of the cheater red-handed. "Honey came in and she caught me red-handed, creeping with the girl next door. Picture this, we were both butt naked, banging on the bathroom floor. I had tried to keep her from what she was about to see. Why should she believe me when I told her it wasn't me?" Now let's forget the song. Let's keep it aside, because I don't want this visual to interfere with the reading. So now some time has passed by, okay? The person who got cheated on by this addict, or the person who, which I think is you in this session, has grown a lot, has evolved a lot. Now some time has passed by. Maybe this person is still in your periphery. Maybe they still talk to you, or maybe you had a really long affair with this person where you kept going through the addiction pattern, or you had to like go through their cheating multiple times. Maybe multiple times they lied to you, and every time they lied to you, they would make up a story, or they would just apologize to you. They would blame some fight or argument that you both had, or they would blame some difficulty that they were going through because of the family, or they could even blame the runner chaser dynamic. They could blame the separation phase, and they would say, yeah, we were not together, so I did this. But somehow, the craziest part of all of this is that somehow, whether it was your intuition, I'm actually being shown somebody with a very strong intuition that they actually see the visions of people around them too. So okay, maybe some other time I will share something very private with you all. But yes, it is possible. It is definitely possible. And if you guys have similar kind of experience, please do mention that some people actually have such a strong intuition that they can even see visions. They can even get clairvoyance messages when someone is cheating on them. And they can actually find out about that person's wrongdoings because of their strong intuition, and then there is no way that the person can deny, even though they very strongly want to deny, but they cannot really deny because there are too many proofs. So now you're looking at this version of you, your own self, caught up in a turmoil, caught up in a traumatic relationship, caught up in a toxic relationship, and you also see the addict is trying to improve, the addict is trying to love, the addict wants happiness too. But the addict simply cannot do it. The addict cannot step up. Even though the addict knows that you are the best thing that can happen to them, or the best thing that has already happened to them, that there is no one like you, that they love you, that they want you, that they cannot do without you, but still, because of their habit, because of their addiction, they cannot control themselves. So it's all about self-control. While you, on the other hand, also were into an addiction due to which you were with this person, and that was the addiction or the programming to heal wounded people, even those people who are not good for you, people who are harming you. You also had the nature, or you can say, we won't call it nature because naturally you are a healer, but it's also not good to heal people who have major addiction patterns, or people who are so selfish, people who don't want to work on themselves. Like maybe as a child you had to baby a lot of adults around you and they had addiction patterns too, so you just tolerated them, you just kept getting betrayed by them, because maybe now in the relationship you are getting betrayed this way or cheated this way, but in your childhood also many promises were broken, many commitments were never completed or never made. Like they were made but they were not taken to fruition. Many a times your little innocent vulnerable heart was broken by people you trusted a lot. You had put your faith into them. So because of that, you have attracted this type of dynamic, even in a romantic way or even in a sexual way, where you are trusting a person, you've given them your heart, but they keep doing something or the other to break it. Every time they break it, then they come crawling back to you. And then I think you have gone through this dynamic many times, like they cheat you or they lie to you, they're not nice to you, they do mean things to you, and then they come back to you. And when they come back to you, they always make a promise, like they always say something which is like very heavy duty, and you have to, like, you believe it, you want to believe it, but then again it's the same thing. So now I'm looking at a very healed version of you, and you are looking at that version of you which was not healed, which was taking all of this pain and trauma and suffering, and you are looking at your own self and wondering, was it even me? And you're actually thinking, it wasn't me, it was my clone. Maybe it was some other version of me, but not me. Like, how could I have done that to myself? Or why would I put myself into that kind of a relationship? Or even some of your actions, maybe your sexual involvement with the person, or maybe you being extremely attached to that person, you being extremely emotional about this person. you're actually quite shocked, because now you have grown so much. You have grown so much as a person. You have evolved so much as a person that you're actually questioning the choice of relationship also that you were in. You are like, my goodness, you're thinking, my goodness, why would I be in that situation? Why would I date such a person? I definitely, must actually say thank you to my old version, because that old version of me, or that other version of me, really took so much suffering so that I could be here today. So actually thankful to that version of you, because at that point in time you did take a lot of suffering, a lot of pain, and it wasn't probably easy for you to go through those situations, but you did. And not only you went through those situations, but you stepped up. Like, some of those people are still stuck over there. They're still there. They've not moved an inch. But you have grown so much that you have actually progressed a lot. And you can look at those people now from a distance. Maybe you're still in touch with them. Maybe some of them talk to you. Whatever it is, you do have the access, and you can see that they're still stuck in the same rigmarole, in the same rut, in the same rat race, in the same Maya, and they are still calling you. Like, they still look at you with those expressions that, hey, can you come and heal me again? Can you give me some sexual healing? Can you give me some emotional healing, some financial healing, so that I can do it all over again and cheat on you all over again? You don't want that anymore. You're like really smart now. You have outgrown all of that bullshit that this person was giving to you. You did question them many times. You did question, like, how could they give someone else so much importance, so much access? It hurt your emotions, because you were not the one that they wanted to work for. Like, they did not put the work in for you, and that was the thing that hurt you the most. Like, after doing so much for the person, how could they do this to your heart? How could they give access to other people in their house, in their bedroom, in their life, and while you are being so loyal, loving, and nice? And it could also be possible that in one of the scenarios, maybe this person was purposely picking up fights with you, purposely fighting with you, so that during the fight, the time that you're not talking to each other, they could go out and do these things. And now it also is shown to me, maybe this person is with someone else, like they're in a committed relationship or a serious, so-called serious relationship, and every time they message you, every time they contact you, every time they talk to you, you actually feel bad for the other person they are with right now, because they are still a cheater, they are still a liar. Actually, by contacting you again and again, they do show that they are not loyal. Maybe they are also willing to put the work in now, but now you are very rigid, you are much more stronger. So you're telling them that until and unless you don't show it to me in the 3D reality that you've actually changed, I am not going to believe you. I cannot believe you. Okay? And maybe you're not even saying it verbally, but you're just so calm and composed. You are so amazing right now that you don't want to feed energy to anyone who is from the 3D reality, who's stuck in these illusions and who's stuck in this addictive pattern. Maybe you can look at them from a distance and they do have that basic access to you, but you do feel bad about them. You want to wish them peace, you want to wish them happiness, but you don't want to give them your sympathy, so that you are the one who ends up suffering. And sometimes, in some cases, it is important that we just watch other people. I mean, of course, in this case, I do sense that this person has a habit of reaching out to you, has a habit of apologizing to you, has a habit of, saying that, yeah, I'm so sorry, but I don't know why I do this. I don't know why I'm like this. So you know that they have this habit pattern, but you're not that person anymore. You're also telling them that it wasn't me. So when they say, I'm the same person, I'm the same man you were in love with, or I'm the same woman you were in love with, So you are telling them in reply, but that person you were with, that wasn't me. I have changed, and that is the difference. You are still the same man or woman, but I am someone else now. So this is where I'm going to close this channeling session. Thank you so much for being here with me. For personal sessions and for therapies, you can check out the description box and you can write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com. You have to write to me in two scenarios. One is when you book the session to let me know, and other is if you're from India and you cannot use the PayPal link, then you have to write to me for getting the details, the PAYTM or GPAY. You can also get my book In the Name of Love, A Journey of Finding Your Ultimate Soulmate. You can get this book only on Amazon Kindle. That is where you get the latest edited version. Anybody else selling you anything, they might be putting up the cover, but it could be the really old copies which I had actually discarded. So just be careful about that. This is just a disclaimer. And my dear friends, you can also join this channel as a member, because I have already shared a lot of exclusive content for the members, and I will be sharing more. So as a member, you can not only contribute to this channel, but you can also get access to wonderful, selective, exclusive content. All right, so this is where I'm gonna be closing this particular session. I will see you soon in another one. One love, peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.